You know, Chad, we have been doing a lot together for so many years, like with Hupy and Abraham. The law firm has been involved with our organization since we started about 27 years ago. And, you have been at many of our presentations, many of our classes. And for those of you who don't know, our classes revolve around motorcycle trauma. So we like to get people trained in what to do if things go wrong. And it makes perfect sense. I mean, you get to talk to people when things go wrong as well. And we're at the Motorcycle Safety, or actually Motorcycle Training Summit in Waukesha, Wisconsin. And you were asked to come here and do a presentation.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, Hupy and Abraham is absolutely honored to have been partnered with accident management for so many years. And I don't want to age anybody, so we won't say exactly how many years, but it's been a long, long time, and it's been fantastic. Accident management is absolutely wonderful in teaching people how to handle unmanageable situations when accidents occur. And it's really a valuable asset for the riding community. And Hupy and Abraham, so honored to be asked to come and lecture, not specifically about accident management issues, but about legal and financial issues that go along with accident scene management situations. And so it's really been a pleasure.
You know, I've got a question for you. And I think probably the general public wants to know this too. I mean, you're a personal injury lawyer. And when a motorcyclist gets hurt, you actually get more money if their injuries are more severe, or if something doesn't go right. So why would you give any resources to an organization that reduces injuries and fatalities to motorcyclists?
Well, first of all, a couple things. First of all, it's incumbent upon us to give back to the communities that have been so great to us. And really everybody's goal here is to make sure that there's no motorcycle accidents. And we've been involved in motorcycle awareness campaigns to watch for motorcycles for decades to try to minimize the number and the severity of accidents that occur every year, but they do occur. And so I think it's important that people understand that when an accident does happen, the damage has been done not only from a physical standpoint, but also a financial standpoint. And one of the things that we can do to prepare people to manage the accident situation is to make sure that they're adequately covered with the proper amount of insurance. Because as you said, worse injuries in an accident, the bigger the case, but the case is only as big as the amount of insurance that's available to go after. And we've seen, unfortunately, a lot of situations where there's devastating injuries and there's very little to no insurance to pursue, and it leaves the injured person really with no recourse.
And we call it don't get hurt twice, because when you get hurt and then you end up getting hurt again when you go to collect, and you're kind of like, well, the other person was at fault, they pulled out in front of me, that's their fault, or they hit me from behind. Yeah, it's their fault. But if they don't have adequate insurance, and you're the one who got hurt really bad, and you don't have adequate insurance that kind of covers their gap in insurance, then you're hurt a second time, So I think what you talk about, where you educate people on what is uninsured motorist coverage, and what is the underinsured, where the person doesn't have enough insurance, and all of that stuff. If you don't know that stuff, it's something that you need to get educated on. You have a video on your website about that?
We do. We have a number of different videos and resources on our website to help people plan for insurance purchases and reviewing their insurance situation. But I think it's important to mention that a lot of the things that you do in your class deal with the unknown. You don't know whether an accident is going to happen when you leave home that day. You don't know how bad the accident is going to be. Sometimes you don't know how to manage the situation. You guys do the best you can to try to train people how to handle those situations. But some of the things that we talk about are things that you will know about the day that you leave, that day when you leave home, like how much insurance coverage do you have and how protected are you financially. And so it's just a little extra level of comfort and responsibility that you should have when you get on your bike every day out there to ride. But we are always looking for other opportunities to speak to groups, organizations about these legal and insurance issues. And If anybody wants more information about how they can reach out to us, they can go to our website or reach us at info@hupy.com, and we'd be happy to give them information about that.
What areas do you serve?
We really serve bikers across the country. Our primary offices are in Wisconsin, Illinois, and Iowa. We have 11 offices in the 3 states.
Okay, so having somebody come in person, but if they could arrange to have you speak to them, like even, through Zoom or something at a meeting, how much time would you need for that?
Yeah, I mean, typically we can get the nuts and bolts of what you need to know in the 20 or 30 minutes. Certainly can go into more depth if an organization would like a whole hour like we did today. We would be willing to do that. But yeah, that's a good point. We don't necessarily need to be there physically to do this. This can be done over Zoom or even a teleconference if that's the capabilities you have with a group of people.
Yeah, our world has changed, and all of it is important. We want you to not crash in the first place. Don't crash. It hurts. It's no good. But if you do, you want to make sure that people know what to do and what those proper steps are and how to protect themselves legally and financially. So thanks so much, Chad.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Vicki. And thank you for everything you guys do.
Yeah, thanks.